Okay.
No.
Hey everybody. Today I am here with
Julio Pope.
and what do you do?
Okay, so I have multiple roles in life. One of them is the WeWork Labs entrepreneur in residence,
Yes.
and I have a couple of startups in the pipeline, but primarily focused right now in assisting companies grow.
Yes. Well, you sort of got roped into that role, didn't
Yes.
you? You came in with your own startup.
Yes.
They pulled you and said, "Surprise! You get to help advise other startups." So you sort of like tripped and fell into
I mean,
the advising thing.
Sure. My life has been pretty much tripping and falling all over the place and just learning how to land.
Yeah.
But now I'm going to turn it back on you because...
Yes. I've done the same thing.
Yes, I know. So,
Yes.
First of all, I wanted to say thank you because in the first place, I reached out because I was interested in what you were doing.
Yeah.
And I wanted to get information from you because I am an information junkie and
Yes.
I seem to gather tidbits of information and somehow... especially when I go into companies, it's like, where did I get that information from? And you have no idea where it came from.
Yeah.
But it's just because of the interactions that you have, whatever you're reading, whatever you're browsing through.
Yeah.
And I went directly to the source.
Yes.
And the second thank you I wanted to give you was for actually providing this incredible infrastructure and setting because it was something I was planning to do. And you actually made it happen. So thank you for that as well.
Of course. So Julio will be launching his own podcast soon. Yes. Stay tuned.
And follow me as well.
Yes. We will include all those links in the show notes. For today, Julio, he tripped and fell into advising startups, similar to the way I tripped and fell into the same profession. So we're just going to walk through a few of the things that I've done that I appreciated, a few of the things that I've done that I wish I had done sooner or not done at all, just so he can take some of those key learnings away and implement them with his own consulting practice. The reason we're doing this for a video is because I get this question a lot and I'm tired of repeating it. And so when he called me up and said, you know what, we're making a video. He said, let's do it. So here we are. And hopefully this will benefit you. I will put a lot of links to resources in the show notes just because for the sake of time, we're not going to dive into how every single process is set up. But let's get started with your questions.
Sure. So when I was prepping for this interview, I even put inquiry. I was like, should I say inquiry? It's like, that's a tough word. It's very loaded. But ultimately, I want to pick your brain. I want to see how it works, how it happens, what you did right, what you did wrong. Mm-hmm. But I wanted to start off as if I were the client. Okay. And I come off and say, hi, Addie, what do you do? And why should I hire you?
So if somebody starts that way, I'm in the wrong room.
Okay.
Like, I wouldn't go into a room where somebody doesn't know me.
Okay.
Similar to, think about it, okay, when you're consulting, you're the product. So it's kind of strange because not only are you the person pitching that startup to somebody, you're also the startup yourself. Mm-hmm. When you're trying to raise capital for a startup, you don't go and talk to investors who are outside of that industry because then you just doubled your workload. You have to sell them on the industry and then you have to sell them on your startup. If I walk into a room where I have to sell someone on who I am and then I have to sell them on what my company can do, I just doubled my workload. When you are your own product, you also are a finite resource. You don't have hours to spend selling people on who you are. You have to walk into that room knowing that those people are excited to work with you and they just want to figure out how you can help them.
You just actually touched up on so many questions I was going to ask you. So yeah. Okay. I will segue into and dive deep into a few of the topics. One of them is... Actually, let me ask you the question now since you asked. And